And now the 419 with Gretchen DeBacker, Matt Killam, and Kevin Mullen.
Welcome into the 419, powered by WGTE and presented by Retro Wealth Management. We are out at Fifth Third Field. It's opening day.
Very exciting. You can feel the electricity in the air.
I'm Kevin Mullen.
Gretchen DeBacker.
Matt Killam. I'm thrilled to be here. I've already taken a million pictures of an empty stadium, admittedly, and the city and area is abuzz. There's nothing bigger in our area than opening day. It's not just about playing hooky, right? I mean, kids are excited about it.
You can almost hear the people thinking of the excuses they're going to use to get out of work today.
And tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't even think of the excuses anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is non-negotiable for
That's
me.
right.
This is the day that I'm here. And honestly, like,
Well, you work for yourself.
Well,
so.
but even before that, Gretchen,
okay.
I was like, no, this is the day that I've
Yeah.
got to be here. We've got an annual tradition.
Yep.
Matt, our friend Sam, and I just go basically crash
Oh, wow.
all the parties that we weren't invited to. It's almost like the Pete Buttigieg of.
Except in reverse for me.
That's right. You're welcome.
Yeah,
You know,
thanks.
the common thread is I get invited to everything. You know what else I'm invited to?
419 Day?
419 Day.
We are so excited about 419 Day. April 19th, 2 to 6 p.m. at Jute Mode. We're happy to partner with Jute Mode with our friends at WGTE. You can come and hear a live recording of our show with very exciting special guests at 419 on that day. You can shop the store, get your 419 gear. You can make your own shirts. Proceeds will benefit WGTE. So it's just going to be a free, fun day to come out to Jute Mode and join us.
Come out, celebrate Toledo, celebrate some great local small businesses, and do all of it in support of a great institution, WGTE.
That's right.
All right, we got a jam-packed show today as we get ready for opening day. We'll talk to Erik Ibsen, the general manager. When we talked to Joe Napoli yesterday, he mentioned, you know, Erik is one of the, when Joe came back, I think for his second tour of duty, Erik was one of the guys that was there. And so a longstanding employee here of the Mud Hens, now the general manager. And he won't like this, one of the nicest
I was going to say the
people
same thing.
you will ever meet.
Yes.
So excited.
Not this Erik, a different Erik, but Erik was available for our show, so that's going to be great.
And then Craig Katz. Craig oversees the swamp shop, the apparel, all of the merchandise, all of the things that we're wearing right now. And quite frankly, everyone's wearing all over the world, celebrating
That's right.
the iconic brand that is the world famous Toledo Mud Hens. And then Troy Hammersmith will join us. Troy's probably been with the team for maybe 10 years, and oversees the game day promotions. We'll talk about some of the marketing things that are coming and just different ways to celebrate Toledo, celebrate the Mud Hens. Are you getting shorter?
His chair is sinking a little bit.
It's okay.
Well, you know,
I'm holding him up.
I've been working out a lot.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. You are so strong. Let's take a break. We'll fix Matt's chair. We'll come back and we'll be joined by the general manager of the Toledo Mud Hens here on opening day. It's Erik Ibsen. We'll be right back on the 419. Support for the 419 comes from Retro Wealth Management, where we understand that your financial path is personal. Advisory services are offered through Capital Investment Advisory Services, LLC. Securities offered through Capital Investment Group, Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. More information at retroadvisors.com.
The 419, powered by WGTE, is made possible in part by supporters like you. Thank you.
Introducing The Local Thread, a community news series uniting voices and storytellers from across the region. In partnership with La Prensa, the Toledo Free Press, the Sojourner's Truth, Toledo Public Schools, and Rethinking Jails and Justice. The Local Thread brings you stories and conversations that connect our community. Hear it weeknights at 7 on FM 91 with early access on podcast platforms each morning. The Local Thread, only on WGTE.
Welcome back into the 419, powered by WGTE, a Mud Hens opening day edition. It's finally here, the greatest day in Toledo. We're here at Fifth Third Field, joined now by the general manager of the Toledo Mud Hens, Erik Ibsen. Erik, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Best day of the year. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Well, thanks for letting us come here and do our show here from Fifth Third Field as well. What are you most excited about for today?
I think it's kind of a rite of passage, right? We've been downtown. This will be the 25th opening day at Fifth Third Field.
Wow.
I guess 24. It depends on how you handle COVID math.
Yeah.
It's not having a season. So 24th, 25th, and they've all been a blur.
Yeah,
but
sure.
it's become such a tradition. And what a lot of people in the Toledo community don't understand is this is not a common opening day experience across the minor leagues. This is major league-esque on just a little bit smaller scale. And we've had many visitors from Major League Baseball and other teams join us on opening day, and they're blown away by how we're able to pull it off.
Do you stay up all night getting ready? Did you get up at the crack of
look
dawn this morning?
I'm always looking tired,
Yeah.
everyone tells me, but our team does such a great job in the preparation. We have 70 full-time employees, and they take such great pride in everything we do and want to make us the best in our industry. So I'd say with each passing year that I'm here, I sleep a little bit more on opening day.
Joe talked a little bit yesterday about how this is, certainly in the minor league baseball space, opening day here is a bigger deal than anywhere else.
Right.
Why is that? What do you think plays into that?
I think it's just the community at large, the collaboration and the support that organizations have provided each other in this town. I think Fifth Third Field moving downtown and a piece of the downtown development kind of flipped the script on how opening day could be. The first few opening days, as people were getting a feel for what the ballpark was going to be like and what the experience was going to be like, we just kept each year kind of outdoing it. And people would tell me, when the schedule would come out late summer or early fall the year before, that they're marking their calendar as an off day or trying to come up with the excuse as to why they're not going to be at work that day. And then on the flip side of that, we have people who are in the sales industry or the network industry, and they tell us on the suite level on opening day, they can hit up a month's worth of contacts and appointments just by working the room, so to speak.
And legislators come here from all over the state. I mean,
Correct.
It's a big deal. Eric, at the risk of putting you on the spot, because you are a consummately humble professional, but opening day is a buzz in the office, around the water cooler, in junior highs, middle schools. This has to feel good. I know at some point, I hope that you get to take a second and say, I have, with a team, have built something that means so much to so many.
Absolutely. We, with the Mud Hens and the Walleye, take our role as community ambassadors very seriously here. And that goes from the events we put on to the condition at the ballpark, and to have something as special as opening day after a long winter, especially this year in Northwest Ohio. You take great pride in it, and there's always the checklist of things to be done and the things to be worried about. The true enjoyment sometimes comes when you exhale and the first pitch has been thrown, and then it's like, well, it's kind of out of your hands other than to make sure things are operating correctly. But it's a joy, and we're very fortunate as to what we get to do and how the Toledo community reacts to opening day.
We're talking with Erik Ibsen, the general manager of the Toledo Mud Hens. We'll circle back around and talk some more about this season and specifically opening day, but let's talk a little about your background. Where are you from, and how did you end up in Toledo?
So I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Grew up there, went to school at the University of Arizona. Was a little out of character for me. I'm a little bit of an introvert, and blew my parents away when I wanted to go across country to college and didn't know a soul. The truth behind the story is I had gotten into a couple schools out east, wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and my dad had a business trip out west in Tucson, Arizona in January of my senior year. And he's like, well, why don't you come with me? It's your senior year, we want to spend some time together. And where his business meetings were was just off campus. And Tucson, Arizona in January is a pretty fun place to be.
It's appealing.
So all of a sudden the tiebreaker got broken, and I ended up out there. I ended up here to do an internship at Ned Skeldon Stadium with Gene Cook and some of the colleagues that are still here. And I've been here 30 years as of last September, which is crazy to me.
Day one, you walk into Ned Skeldon Stadium and you say, this is where I want to be for the rest of my life?
Probably not. At that point, I was just trying to get some experience. I was done with school. It was a little bit of a different route than a lot of people doing internships. So the benefit I had was I was done. I didn't know a soul. I had no distractions here, so it was like 80 hours a week, 100 hours a week. I was answering phones during the day, which let you learn quite a bit. I was selling ticket packages and had some success with that. And so it kind of teed me up as an option for the organization at the end of the year. And I started on the sales side and have worked my way up through the
Are
ticket
you a
sales.
sports junkie though?
Yeah, I am. All sports, baseball, basketball, soccer. Those are probably the three favorites. And
The 5 minutes that you are not Erik Ibsen, the general manager, how do you decompress? Was it something you like to do when you're not immersed in?
It's family time.
Yeah.
I met my wife Jill here. She was actually, I met her at Skeldon. She was
Statistically
actually,
speaking, that was your only choice.
it really
Yeah.
was with the amount of time I was
That's right.
spending there. The funny thing is,
I've
she
met
was
her,
doing.
she was literally just, you got lucky that you were her only choice.
I was going to say she was doing an internship for WGTE.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
it was Clifford the Big Red Dog Day,
Yes.
and she got nominated to be Clifford on a hot Sunday at Skeldon Stadium, and we didn't interact much that day, but
Sure.
we ran into each other
'Cause you
shortly
lost
thereafter.
consciousness.
Exactly. It was, seriously.
Dog costume. was
Exactly.
involved, right.
And we met not too long after that, and the rest is history.
Yes, sir.
So,
Obviously you've grown up here, but you've also, your family has grown up here.
Yes.
This is such a special place for families, but for you to have your family grow up in around this ballpark, what has that experience been like?
it's been great. We have 4 kids, 2 boys that play baseball or have played baseball, so some of the cool behind the scenes
Totally.
stuff that they get to see is awesome. My 2 daughters love coming to games. They're more about the food and the sweets and the high life there. But it's been a wonderful experience, and I really feel like I have grown up here, being here in my early 20s, coming from Arizona, and 30 years later, I've literally only worked with this organization, which it has been a blessing.
Let's talk a little bit about concessions.
Okay.
Who's the person that decides the new stuff every year, and is it you?
Well, it is not me. I try and stay out of the weeds. We've got such a great group. It's a lot of homework and research and surveying and stealing ideas from other teams and ballparks. The minor league industry, what's great about it is we compete on the field, obviously, but we steal a lot of ideas from each other off the field, whether it's a funny promotion or a food item or a kid's activity that we've never tried before that we've seen someone else has. And so that's where a lot of that stuff comes from. And then we've got a great team that puts together the ideas and research and try and find out what people are going to be into and what's the novelty sort of situation and what are the tried and true things that people like to eat.
Is there something new this year that fans can?
There's a variety of different items. We've got a couple new desserts this year, a couple new hot dog items, and it's fun to try and put that stuff together because that really is part of the ballpark experience. Some people are here for the game, some people are here for everything else, that's a huge part of it.
I don't know if this is a fair question or not, but I want to try to run through a couple different scenarios with you.
Sure.
So if you've never been to Fifth Third Field before, you're coming out for a game or you're coming out for opening day, what are the kind of must-see attractions? What does that itinerary need to look like?
I think what makes Fifth Third Field so great is there was a lot of research done into it before it was built, right? We visited other ballparks and what are the features you want, what are the things you don't want. I think just some of the seating areas, the roost, for example, the seats in the right field corner coming off the office building there, that was voted the most unique and best seats in the minor leagues a few times. The fact that you can actually get up from your seat and do a 360 walk and kind of adventure finding. Not all ballparks have that.
Right.
You can't get
It's
around.
really not as easy as it is to get around here.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it great because it's 9 innings, and if you're one of the 15% that are totally in the game and don't leave your seat, that's great. But there's about 85% of the people that come to games that want something to eat. They want to take their kids out to the play area. They want to kick the tires on what we have going on around, and that's what it's all
And people
about.
watch.
Exactly.
Yes.
The social component has become so big, and you see that minor leagues, major leagues, some of the new areas that are being put in the ballparks.
Erik, there's probably a million answers to this question. They would all be truthful, but do you have an aha moment or a particular evening or something, or a player that came up that is a highlight or something that was an aha moment, like this is the right thing for Erik to make a career out of?
Well, I think back at Skeldon, there were certainly things.
Yeah.
Skeldon was a great place to watch a game.
Yes.
It got to the point where you couldn't service people properly when we had a good crowd,
Sure.
and it took away from the fan experience. I think the aha moment was probably the playoff run here, the first time we had it, when we had 10,000 people come into a playoff game. And it sounds bizarre, but in the minor leagues, you often don't sell out playoff games because
Sure.
there's not a lot of prep and turnaround time. And there was one scenario in our 2006 playoff run where we won the game here. It was going to be a final deciding game the next night, and we sold over 5,000 tickets in a 24-hour
That's
period,
crazy.
which is pretty unheard of at
Yeah.
the minor league level. So it's those moments. It's when the weather's perfect and you're walking around the ballpark and you're seeing the families and the people that come to games, and you're like, this is what it's supposed to be about, whether you like baseball or not. I've had many of those over
What's
the
the,
years.
as the general manager, what's the one thing that people would be most surprised about as part of your job that you have to make sure every time people are here that does or does not happen?
I think, so one, I think the general manager title is a little bit of a misnomer at the minor leagues because a
you
lot
do
of people.
nothing.
Exactly. Like, literally, I sit there and look at reports and make sure everything's
Yeah.
going to work out all right.
That's right. Put on the Clifford the Red Dog costume.
Exactly.
Memory's sake,
Exactly.
And it's a wrap.
Have nothing to do with the action on the field, right? So a lot of people will say, well, why did you trade this guy? And it's like,
Just tell
no
them.
one wants me trading
Yeah.
anybody. No one wants me scouting. It's really about the business operation and the fanatical experience that our team is trained to provide, and how all the departments are working together to bring 75 home games a summer together. That's really the focus. And where we just try and stay locked in that.
You use the term fanatical experience. I know, having worked for the team, I have some ideas of what that is. But if folks aren't familiar, I mean, what are the core tenets of a fanatical experience?
The core tenets really are people have choices, right?
Mm-hmm.
People have choices with their time and money, and they will go to the things and gravitate towards the things they like and where they feel they're getting a value and where they're treated well. So our fanatical experience training is something we've put a lot of work in over the years, and it's from Joe and myself on down to the first year ticket taker who's been here 10 minutes. And how do you empower people to treat our guests the way you want to be treated anywhere? And there's tons of examples of that. You know,
Using the word guest is an example of that.
Exactly.
That's a purposeful word that all of you
exactly. So if I'm on the concourse and I see a mom who's got the 4 kids pulling on her and she turns around with her food and the food spills, we're going to replace that. You know, she's not going to have to get back in line, those sorts of things. If a guest brings a ticket to the wrong day, which, believe it or not, happens.
Sure.
Shockingly.
No harm, no foul.
Yeah.
You fix it. You find them a seat, even if it's not
Yeah.
the same seat.
Gretchen
And
was here to see
it's
Wicked.
those-
It was very good.
So it's those basic tenets that we try and really pound home.
It doesn't happen. If you plan how long in advance?
Because we've got both teams rolling it's really one big season if you look at it
Sure.
a certain way, just the way the seasons fall. We're trying to be 12, 18 months
I
out
believe-
on
yeah.
some things, and then some things do fall under that
Yeah.
6 month have to get done, check the box
Yes,
sort
sir.
of schedule. But if we're able to do things right, we're a season to a season and a half ahead. You don't always have the schedule, you don't always have
Sure.
the information,
Right.
but we're trying to get everything ready when the dates come to play.
We're talking with Erik Ibsen, the general manager of the Toledo Mud Hens here on opening day on the 419, powered by WGTE. All right, it's now time for
Gretchen's wacky quiz.
All
Erik,
right.
this is going to be a real low light for your career.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to ask you 4 rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Gretchen's going to ask you for your favorite thing in or about Toledo.
Okay.
And then you and Matt are going to work together to describe Toledo in exactly 9 words.
All right. All right.
All right, here we go. You catch a foul ball with your bare hand? Are you
Yes.
acting cool or are you like in pain?
Both. Like I think there's a way to play it off, but
Yeah.
inside your head you're dropping
Bleeping.
some words that you're bleeping out.
Yes.
If you had to eat only one ballpark food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Hot dogs. I'm a little nervous to think about over 30 years how many
How
hot
many?
dogs I've eaten.
Yeah.
I try to cut back as I get older,
Sure.
but that's still the go-to when you're at a game. That's what you have to do.
Your walk-up song.
Great question.
You know, I've been asked this before.
I
I'm
bet.
a huge U2 fan, but I can't find the U2 song that sums it up. So I've relegated it to Motley Crue, "Kickstart My Heart" for some reason.
All
Just kind of gets the blood pumping, and that's
Sure.
the time when I was in high school, and it just feels right.
It works.
All right, last minute, you get tapped to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Are you doing that confidently, or are you mumbling through it?
Not confidently. I would try and call my daughter, who has sung here before.
She has an amazing voice.
Thank you. Nobody wants to hear me sing. My kids tell me every day.
Please stop.
Yes, so I'm phoning a friend or phoning a daughter there to help me out.
What's your number one most favorite thing, or what you consider to be the best thing about the city of Toledo?
I think the attractions. I think being in that industry and the metro parks, the zoo, the art museum, Imagination Station, the universities, what we're trying to do, it's an amazing environment that all of us have created for a community this size.
Like true Mud Hens in walleye fashion, you have already exceeded all of the words. I need one more to describe.
Oh, really?
What's your very
All
favorite
right.
thing?
Overachiever. How about muddy?
Muddy it is.
Very
Great
good.
job,
All
Pete.
right, thank you.
Question came up yesterday. We're gonna put you on the spot. Are Muddy and Madonna brother and sister, close friends, or are they married?
That's top secret information.
Okay.
Sure.
Well,
That's
the,
great.
We
the
like
fans wanna
people.
know.
We like people to come up with their own theories, and
I've written a lot of
Gretchen,
friends.
I've
Very
written a
good
lot
friends.
of fan fiction
Very
about
good
him, so
friends.
I'll share it. I'll share with you.
There's fan fiction. All right, Erik, thank you so much
to
for
see you.
joining us.
Thank you. Thank
when
you
we
so much.
come back, we will talk with the man behind the merchandise, Craig Katz, here on the 419, powered by WGTE.
To me, community means connecting to others.
I'm Donnie Miller, and welcome to The Point.
I love CBS Kids!
We're a community committed to education. Discover new ideas, dive into exciting subjects, and engage with the world around you.
I would send them personally a t-shirt. Crime doesn't pay in the old West End, pass it on. That's how we cleaned up the neighborhood.
Vision loss for people is not the end.
It's a story, it's the next chapter.
WGTE Public Media invites you to Get Out and Play Day.
Monday through Friday, it's the 419, powered by WGTE. With Matt Killam, Gretchen DeBacker, I'm Kevin Mullen. What can people expect on the show?
It's going to be an hour, a reminder of why this is a great place to live, work, and play.
WGTE, where you come to watch, listen, and learn.
Welcome back into the 419. We're celebrating Mud Hens Opening Day here at Fifth Third Field. We're joined now by Craig Katz, the Vice President of Merchandise and Licensing.
I do want to say that the Mud Hens baseball is of top quality. The game itself, the fan experience is an unbelievable experience that we are proud of worldwide. But the merchandise is something that people talk about, in the subway, they're visiting places, wearing a Mud Hens cap. I've had cousins come into town from all over the country, and they demand that we take them to get Mud Hens merchandise. So I
love that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
That's great.
At the risk of fanboying out here, this is a really important and interesting gig.
Well, it's like, what makes Mud Hens famous, world famous, is the hat.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It was
the hat that Klinger wore.
That Klinger wore on MASH.
Yeah.
Craig, thank you so much for being with us.
No, thank you for having me, guys.
What all does, when we say merchandise and licensing, what all does that entail?
So pretty much anything that is called a consumer product, whether it's apparel, headwear, coffee cups, novelty items, the little baseballs, the foam claws, anything that we sell that has our logos on it from Mud Hens or Walleye is something that I oversee.
How many logos are there?
Between the two teams, there's about 70, and we're currently 70, and we're currently working on more.
Yeah.
So there's vintage ones from back in the day, and then every year they try to modernize it or have a new one.
Exactly. We try to come up with something new every year. So, for instance, the mascot logos. We have versions of Muddy and Madonna, and we've had 3 poses for years. Well, we're getting 8 more poses, 4 more of each.
This is a children's show, just a reminder.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Okay.
What's your position on Muddy and Madonna's relationship, and what is it?
I think they are very good friends.
Okay. Yeah.
They've been friends
like
for...
Bert and Ernie?
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they share a bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I do think that they're very good friends.
Okay.
And they enjoy coming to games like
All right.
everyone else.
Like everyone should.
Yeah.
Well, I have a
Enough.
shoulder buddy
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, the shoulder pal.
buddy.
What? Yeah, this
Shoulder-
I
shoulder.
I have never seen this before. What is?
This is Gretchen.
Gretchen, nice to meet you.
Nice to
What,
meet you.
what is growing out of Gretchen's shoulder right now?
So this is a brand new item for this year. Gretchen's wearing Muddy, and we also have a Madonna version as well. These are called shoulder pals. They're stuffed animals that have a magnetic bottom to it, and there's a piece that the magnet attaches to that you put under your T-shirt or whatever you're wearing.
I don't think it makes me look insane at all.
No, it looks great.
That's right.
Actually, these started a few years ago at Disney.
Okay.
And for Ratatouille.
Oh, the
people
little
would-
rat?
The little rat
So
that would,
cute.
and people would wear that. Now Disney has expanded to all of this, and it's found its way to baseball. So we saw this at a trade show last fall, and we're like, we have to get
I have to ask you a
these.
question. I would think that there's an overwhelming amount of pressure. I mean, you're handling global brands. Can you talk a little bit about that? Did that feel natural? I don't know your background. How did you
Sure,
get to here? And I mean, this is decades admittedly, but this is your chapter in taking care of something that means so much to so many, and there's a tremendous amount of value to it, literally.
Yeah, it is. So my background is I grew up in the Cleveland area, huge sports fan.
Okay.
Would always be asking my parents, let's go to the souvenir store. I need to get something. I have to wear a hat. If I'm going to the game, I have to wear a T-shirt and whatnot. I did my undergrad at Ohio University, and I majored in sports business.
Okay.
I learned very early in my teenage years that my dreams of being a Major League Baseball center fielder were not going to happen.
Yet.
We all did.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope. I appreciate that. Maybe I just haven't gotten the call
There's hope
yet.
for a senior tour.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So I decided if I couldn't play sports, I wanted to work in sports as a career.
Sure.
So went to Ohio University, got my background in sport business, and it was actually hired by the Mud Hens about 2.5 months before I graduated, which was awesome. I walked across the graduation stage and got my diploma, jumped in my car, and drove to Toledo and started an 8-game homestand the next day.
So you're not from Toledo. Where are you from?
I'm from the Cleveland area.
Okay.
Yeah, you just said that moments
I'm sorry.
ago.
I apologize.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That thing is attracted to the metal plate in her head.
She was actually like
taking my brain
messing
power
around
away.
with
That's
her,
a joke you said too.
her shoulder pal.
Yeah.
I mean, when we talked with Joe Napoli yesterday and Eric,
You've met
obviously-
him, right?
I have met him. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you guys borrow ideas. You mentioned kind of pulling this, something that Disney was doing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to touch him. What are there benchmark teams or markets or things that you look at to say like, hey, they're gonna, by nature of the city or the team or the level, they're gonna get things and we wanna keep an eye on that?
Yeah, so every team in pro sports does something really well. And we're always,
Except for the 76ers, your words.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. So we constantly are looking at what other teams are doing and what ideas they have, and I don't want to say ripping them off, but copying them
Sure.
or reaching out to them and saying, hey, tell me more about this and how is this going and things like that. We also have a very close network of people in my position at other teams that there constantly is a text chain going on or email chains saying, hey, I brought this in, it went really well, we should look and see if your fans would like that as
How busy, how absolutely unhinged will the Swamp Shop be today on opening day, Craig?
Opening day is always our best day of the year.
Yeah.
We have the most people in the ballpark. We're as busy from the time we open at 9 a.m. until the last pitch of the game and even after the game. But it's my favorite day of the year. Today is my favorite day of the year.
Yeah.
We get to,
No knock on
spring
your
is
children's
here.
birthdays. I'm
No,
sure.
no,
Yeah.
but they know. They know. The Mud Hens were part of my life long before that.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, it's my favorite day of the year. Just it's springtime. Baseball is back. You see so many familiar faces and people that have become friends over the years that in the winter after the last game you don't see until the next game. So it's really the best day of the year.
I get asked this from my day job a lot. Do you have any clothes that do not have any logos on
You
them?
sound like my wife.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She must be very charming.
Yeah, very.
Yeah,
very.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, and almost as attractive too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Classic.
I have very few. I
Sure.
have a ton of Mud Hens and Walleye
Yeah,
stuff, obviously. But as I said before, I grew up, and I still am, a very, very big sports fan. And my staff that work in my department with me once made me count the amount of Buffalo Bills items I have in my closet.
Sure.
It was over 70,
Yeah.
and that was just in my closet.
Most of those are the towels to wipe up your tears. Anyway, next question.
We've got some awesome apparel on the table here in front
talk
of
to
us.
us about these.
Talk to us about what we've got.
Sure. So
that's cool.
Everything on the table, and we'll be talking about it as well and describing it, are brand new items that we have this year. The first one is, I don't know if you guys have heard or not, but one of the Tigers' top prospects and the number 8 prospect in all of baseball, Max Clark, is on the Mud Hens.
Big deal.
And it's a big deal.
And he is awesome.
He's a very good guy.
Yeah.
From the few interactions I've had with him, he's been
Yeah.
amazing. So we're super happy that he's with us today. And the fans have been demanding for some Max Clark items. So we have a t-shirt that has the Mud Hens on the front and his name and number on the back. And we also will have a jersey coming in. Right now it's available for a pre-sale. And that will be coming in as well. So
Sweet.
That's been very cool. And then we just have a whole bunch of great new women's items.
Looks like a new baseball type T-shirt,
Yes,
two-tone
exactly.
jersey.
Two-tone T-shirt for women.
Has the vintage logo on it.
Exactly. Look, little heritage-looking logo. Very classic looking, very trendy, hitting today's fashion standards. That's one of the other things that we always have to strive is not only what's popular in sports merchandise, but what's popular in fashion. What are the fabrics? What are the cuts and the designs? And that's how we start building our line together.
When you're, I mean, obviously, most of baseball is supposed to take place in warm weather. Sometimes we don't always hit that. Is there a balance for you of saying like, hey, I need a bunch of T-shirts, or I'm going to need, or you look at the weather and go, all right, we're going to have to beef up our Mud Hen sweatshirts?
Yeah. So at the beginning part of the year and at the end part of the year, we go heavy on sweatshirts, long sleeve T-shirts, a little warmer stuff. We'll always have T-shirts in stock because you never know in Northwest Ohio what the weather's going to be like, no matter what month it is.
Sure.
But then as the summer goes on, we'll start thinning out some T-shirt or some sweatshirts and jackets and bringing in more T-shirts. That's when you'll start seeing tank tops and other summer type items.
Where's the most
the 5 minutes that you are not thinking about the Mud Hens, the rare chance for you to get out of these four walls? What does disconnecting look like? What do you like to do for fun?
So both of my children play ball. So
cool. All right.
I'm always at a ballpark, whether it's here or out in Sylvania, watching my son play baseball or
What
my
position
daughter
does he
play
play?
softball. My son is a middle infielder, shortstop, second base, and pitcher. My daughter has been doing pitching lessons all winter long, and she's hoping to be a pitcher and an outfielder.
Awesome. All right.
So you're in a dual role here, obviously with the Mud Hens overseeing this, but then also the Walleye. Hockey and baseball have some kind of subtle differences in personality and style. How have you sort of learned that?
Yeah, it was a growing. We had to go through some growing pains when the Walleye first started. We had kind of planned the store like, oh, well, this works for the Mud Hens. This is what we'll do for Walleye, and we quickly learned that wasn't the case.
Right.
Different fan base, different tastes, and for the biggest part is the bulk of Walleye season is when it's cold.
Yeah.
So not as many T-shirts, a lot more sweatshirts. The amount of knit hats that we sell at the Walleye is amazing. And jerseys, hockey jerseys are incredibly popular.
Let me take some pressure off of you. You cannot say the Mud Hens, Walleye, Red Wings, or Tigers. Who has the coolest merchandise other than those institutions?
And why is it the Trash Pandas?
Why is it the Trash Pandas are good?
Yeah.
Selfishly, the ones I look at the most are the Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah,
those are the ones
that's
I
what
look
I
at.
meant. Yeah.
Where's the furthest flung place or the craziest place you've ever seen someone have a Mud Hens or Walleye gear on?
We have shipped to Japan.
Yeah.
We have shipped to Australia. It's really worldwide. A lot of that is due to MASH and the exposure with Jamie Farr. We still get people emailing us saying, "I didn't think this was a real team. I thought this was just made up for the TV show."
Now, does Jamie Farr get approval on all this approval on all this gear before it goes out?
He does not.
Oh, darn.
He trusts me, which is nice.
Good.
But anytime we're using anything that is a replication of what he wore on MASH, we reach out to Jamie and make sure that this looks
cool.
like and is a good representation.
And these shoulder items are to scale for him, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We're talking with Craig Katz, the VP of Merchandise and Licensing here at Fifth Third Field for the Mud Hens and Walleye. It's opening day. So what better way to kick off opening day than to put you in the hot seat?
That's
Craig?
right.
It's now time for
Gretchen's Wacky Quiz. And her little friend.
My little friend, too. Ready, Muddy?
Jesus.
Man. Why'd you do this, Craig? She's going to wear this every day
I'm
on
wearing
the
this
show
to
now.
court on Monday.
She finally made it.
My clients.
Well, this time you won't be representing someone.
All right, I'm going to ask you 4 rapid-fire questions. Gretchen's asking for your favorite thing in or about Toledo, and you and Matt will describe Toledo in exactly 9 words. Here we go. You catch a foul ball with your bare hand. Are you acting cool or are you screaming in pain?
I'm acting cool and giving it to a kid.
Okay.
That's a great answer because you can go in and get your own from the swamp shop.
Yeah, I have a couple of baseballs at home.
All right, that's
sure.
fair. If you had to eat only one ballpark food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Hot dogs.
My man.
Walk-up song.
Inner Sandman.
Yes.
Wow, got it. Okay.
You're sitting in the stands, enjoying the game with your family. You pop up on the kiss cam. Are you leaning in, or are you like Coldplay-ing that thing and bolting?
I'm leaning in. I'm trying to kiss my wife, who's embarrassed, so my daughter will gladly do it in her place.
All right. That's
What's your
adorable.
number one most favorite thing, or what you consider to be the best thing about the city of Toledo?
How accessible the city is. I can get pretty much anywhere from my home in Sylvania within a half hour.
You're a fast runner. All right, 9 things.
It's the first time someone has ever said that to me.
Yeah. All right, brother. Let's do 9 things. Favorite thing about the city and/or region.
The community. Everyone is so pleasant. Everyone loves and is proud to be living in Toledo.
I'm gonna give you 2 for that, community and pride. Keep going.
Accessibility.
Accessibility, yes.
Cost of living.
Cost of living, love it. What do you like to do? What do you think your parents or your kids does too when you're not going to the ballpark?
We like to walk the metro parks.
Thank you.
Yep.
I don't have to drag it out of you. Gotcha.
Loaded that in.
All right.
And then the Mud Hens and Walleye.
Mud Hens and
obviously.
Walleye, you got 2 more. What are your kids' names?
Jake.
Jake.
And Leah.
Jake and Leah.
There
That
you
closes out
go.
the list.
All
Great
right.
list, man.
Thanks, Craig.
Craig
Good luck today
Katz.
managing all those purchasers.
How many customers do you think you guys are going to have today?
We're going to have 10,000.
Good for
Oh
you.
my goodness, you better get downstairs to the register.
Every single person that is here today for opening day, we expect to see in the swamp shop.
All right.
What you've got 2 locations here at Fifth Third Field?
2 locations here at Fifth Third Field, down the first base line in right field and right behind home plate.
And people can get more information about the Swamp Shop where?
On mudhens.com.
Okay.
I'm in.
Awesome. Craig, thank you so much. What's your favorite new item?
The shoulder pals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it was until
Can we
Gretchen
get a
ruined
camera
it.
close up on this
Oh,
guy?
geez. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Tighten up. Let's just stay tight on that for every shot with Gretchen for the rest
Goodbye, public radio.
of this show. All right. We've got a tight shot on the
I
shoulder
was just
pal
kidding.
Muddy. Yeah, we weren't kidding. All right. Let's
Back
take
it
a break.
up.
When we come back, we'll be joined by Troy Hammersmith, who's going to take a look at the promotional schedule coming up here this season for the Mud Hens. We'll be right back on the 419. Support for the 419 comes from Witro Wealth Management, where we understand that your financial path is personal. Advisory services are offered through Capital Investment Advisory Services, LLC. Securities offered through Capital Investment Group, Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. More information at WitroAdvisors.com.
Destination Toledo. Whether you're a local or a visitor, Destination Toledo invites you to explore the region and be a tourist in Toledo. Find events, dining, and things to do at visittoledo.org.
WorkSpring. HR issues and employee well-being go hand in hand. WorkSpring supports employers through compliance, training, and wellness because healthy workplaces don't happen by accidents. Learn more at workspring.org.
Toledo Refining Company, a subsidiary of PDF Energy. Toledo Refining Company is a supplier of fuels that keep our region moving. Located in Oregon, Ohio, the refinery processes crude oil into gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and other petroleum products.
And TARTA, celebrating its 55th year of connecting Northwest Ohioans to their community. More information at tarta.com. Welcome back in to the 419. It's Mud Hens opening day. So many exciting things happening today around downtown Toledo, but all season long. To talk about those, we're joined now by Troy Hammersmith. Troy, thanks for being here.
Hey, happy to be here.
You oversee all of the events and entertainment and all of the things that are happening here outside of the game of baseball.
Yes, we're trying to.
What are you most excited about with opening day?
Obviously, the opening day festival. First time, really hosting an event of this magnitude on opening day. So we're looking forward to, welcoming all the fans, not only just downtown to kick off the season, but just a new opportunity for everybody.
Do you have any idea how many bodies are going to be in and around the ballpark today? I mean, it's tens of thousands.
I mean, the tens of thousands is what we're hoping to see, and we're really excited to bring everybody back to the ballpark.
Troy, when you were little, did you organize events, entertainment for your friends? Why have you done this to yourself? This has to be an overwhelmingly stressful job. The logistics are incalculable to me, and I'm someone in the same business. Like, how did you get into this gig?
Yeah, I mean, again, as a little kid, my favorite day of the year, other than opening day, is my birthday. So I think just watching the birthday party come to life, I think that's been a big part. And then even going to college, I went to college for sport management and just fell in love with promotions, events, entertainment, just putting smiles on people's faces. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
How long have you been with Mud Hens and Walleye?
Yeah, 14 years.
14
Wow.
years.
Yeah. I was trying to do the math. I was like, I know it's been 10 plus years.
Yeah.
What was your first job?
Yeah, so started as an intern here, and then really kind of worked my way up. Went from box office intern into the ticket sales side, did ticket services, so really customer service, customer oriented.
Yeah.
And then throughout COVID, was able to kind of work through really bringing events to life.
Sure.
When you dealt with the shutdown and trying to find new and creative ways to bring the fans and whatnot back to the ballpark.
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to really be a big part of that.
So in full candor, Troy, you and I are friends, so I'm not meeting you for the first time, so I'll ask you some leading questions, admittedly, but when you, did you have an aha moment here, in interns saying, this is a career path for me, this works? Was there a single day, your first season here, what was the thing that made this sort of now part of your DNA?
Yeah, I mean, great question. I mean, obviously we're here for opening day, but I mean, that really was one of the biggest things for me. Being able to see what that means to Toledo, what that means for our fans, it was contagious for me to be able to watch the smiles, see everybody, make this whole day theirs, and see how special that was. I mean, it was, never looked back.
Sure.
What are ways that this year, today for opening day, and then this year for the season, that the Hensville space is going to be engaged for people that want to come down?
Yeah, so on top of the festival, we're really going to keep that footprint going then, the rest of the season. So we're going to have a lot of live music. That's obviously big here in Toledo. We're going to have a number of character appearances. That's been really huge for us. We have the Blueies and Bingos, the Snoopy, and other characters.
For the Blueies.
I mean, it is insane, but it is awesome to see the smiles that brings to fans. A lot of different festivals, food, music, as I shared, and just trying to create a party atmosphere, a block party experience for fans.
Cool new sign down there on the street this year, right?
Totally.
And that went up this winter.
Yeah, so we had the new Hensville gateways. It's just a way to really tie it all together, bring people into that footprint, really highlight Hensville Park and Fleetwoods and all of our neighboring businesses.
Troy, you're also a family guy. When there is an event at your home, are you able to not be a part of the planning of it, or do you oversee everything? Is there a list that you create? Is there an Excel spreadsheet that you created? Talk to us about.
As you know, I mean,
talk to me about the psychosis that is you.
Yes, that is tough for me because it is a big part of wanting to know every little detail and keep it regimented. My wife, bless her heart, I do let her kind of take the reins and put all that together. But
how did you guys meet?
Yeah, so we met, in college. She went to OU.
Yeah.
I went to Kent State, but we kind of met, and here
now
we are.
She's part of the family here
part
too.
of the family, and Toledo's now our home.
In the brainstorming sessions for the theme nights and the party themes, tell us some rejected. What are some rejected ideas that you just thought there's absolutely no way that we can have swimming pool night at the Mud Hens?
I'm thankful that for the most part, a lot of our ideas definitely come to fruition here. There hasn't been too many crazy ideas that hasn't made it to the finish line. There really isn't one that jumps out, unfortunately. I think.
Do you want to mention your insurer while we're?
I mean, minor league baseball is notorious for just off the wall promotions. I mean, certainly across the country, you'll see folks change their names, right? I mean, the Erie Seawolves were notoriously renamed by John Oliver.
Yeah, the Moon Mammoths. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, what is I mean, it's a high bar to try and keep up with some of that. What are some of the promotions you guys have on the docket for this year?
That you can talk about.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, most of it's out there. It's a great question, though. I mean, that's what we love the most, and it's kind of nice, working with Craig as well when you talk about, the different alternate identities that we've done. Last year we debuted the Mud Crawlers. That's back again this year.
Sweet.
We announced recently a couple weeks ago, our promotional schedule. So we're going to be doing, for the first ever paper night, obviously paying, tribute to the new show, the paper.
Yeah,
so more information we'll be having there. So we're really excited to see that come together. We're going to have Oscar Nunez out to the ballpark to be a part of that too.
Cool.
So. And then we've got a lot of great, tried and trues. Our Rock and Blast, we're going to be having two, big fireworks shows over the, July 3rd and 4th.
You have the dog, people can bring their dogs to the park several times in the summer?
Yes, Hen and Hounds. That is one of our, staple promotions that we do throughout the year on Tuesday nights, starting in May. So that's always great to see, that connection with our dog lovers and
Yeah, I mean, I had the privilege of working here announcing for 8 years. And I know the conversations we had of like, we see this, this promotion that happens every game 72 times a year, but the fans might be seeing it for the first time. What are the conversations you're having with the team? What are things you do with yourself just to like keep that front of mind that like, I might be bored with this, but this is somebody's first time?
Yeah, I mean, great question, Kevin. So I mean, that's one of the important things. One, I would be remiss not to share that it takes a village, right? It's a lot of people that are involved in putting that together. We have a great team behind the scenes.
Who's the worst teammate? You can say it right into the.
No comment. No, we have a great team across the board. Everybody's got amazing ideas, like you shared, and it does. It takes a lot of effort to both keep things fresh and we look at our different peers in the industry and what they're doing to kind of keep raising that bar. But we do have a lot of great, tried and true promotions, fireworks nights, Hen and Hounds, and just kind of continue to show that off to our fans, because there's new fans that come to every game. So it's a first experience for many.
What are some of the in-game contests that people can expect to see if they come out to a random Tuesday downtown?
Yeah, so we have a lot of dance cams, as you know. That's always fun to watch. The kiss cams, the dance cams, all the cheers.
Do you think you'll catch any scandalous kiss cams this year?
I hope not.
Gretchen's got a real gotcha theme to today's show.
I kind of hope they do. Yeah.
We've got some great on-field events. We have our hot dog race that everybody loves to see. And
why does everyone love that so much?
That ketchup mustard relish
thing. They love it.
They do.
People get into it.
You're always rooting for the underdog. It's nice to see. No pun intended.
Yeah, sure.
But I think it's.
Do you still let kids run the bases at the end of the game?
Yeah, we do. So on Sundays we'll have kids run the bases. That, again, it's one of those experiences you look forward to when the ballpark opens, and families enjoy that. We're going to watch that and spend that time with your family.
We would subtly root for one kid just to like break free, because it was just entertaining. Like you don't actually want it to happen.
No.
But like it's like one kid just busts into the.
But you do.
Bust into the outfield. It's not allowed. You should not do that. That is a crime, and you will be sent.
You will be sent. Talk a little bit about the experience for a family. A family of four is coming down here. Parents or grandparents and two kids. What should they plan for budget-wise? What should they do before the game? What should they do? What are some of the other activities that they can do if these are early grade school age kids?
Yeah, so that's what's obviously important to us. It's that affordable, family-friendly fun, and I think we do an amazing job. The whole family.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's something we pride ourselves in. Like we talked earlier, we've got a lot of great pregame activations, whether it's live music, it's characters in the park, it's inflatables. We keep that free and accessible to all families to come out and kind of kick that day off. And then when you head to the ballpark, obviously all the the great food, the smells, the sights and sounds. We've got the camera shots. So we try to get as many families on the video board that you can to capture that special moment.
What are the conversations you guys are having in the office about the Savannah Bananas and the craze that is, the entertainment and the chaos that happens in those games?
Yeah, I think that's what makes our job amazing, right? They're doing a wonderful job. They've grown in popularity, and obviously that's a lot of craze that's taking place. And for us, that's what makes my job fun and really important, because we see fans. They are coming here to be entertained, whether you're a baseball fan or not. So trying to continue to raise that bar and find new ways to
But you're
engage.
on the cutting edge, Troy. The last time you and I ran into each other, I'm sure it's in your journal, is one of the best days of your life. you were inviting a team here that was similar to the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah, so we
How do you keep the energy? Like, dude, you've been here a long time, right? How do you stay hungry and re-upping? You've got little kids, which I'll speak as well as exhausting. So what fuels your fire? How do you keep getting out of bed and season after season?
I think it's all of what we've kind of talked about too. It's that want and need to keep raising the bar, give our fans all different experiences, and this is stuff that you think about at night.
Sure.
How do you put smiles on people's faces? How do you bring them out to the ballpark and have a good time? As you mentioned, we had Cosmic Baseball out. They're coming back to Toledo this year too.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And it's just new opportunities, different ways to build that fun.
Good for you, man.
You never want to settle.
Yeah, I mean,
never want to settle. That is an absolute Mud Hens walleye mantra.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, every single day, there's some 6-year-old that's never been to a baseball game before that has a chance to fall in love with the game, with the Mud Hens, with Toledo, and I think, you guys do just a phenomenal job.
I agree.
And have for years. So kudos to you.
I mean,
you're following not only, we talked to Craig Katz about, how do you maintain the merchandise for an iconic global brand, but the reality is also on a ground floor level, you also are following in the footsteps of some real incredibly talented people in our community. Mike Keaty, who's we've had on the show with the Metro Parks. Some folks that did a really wonderful job, and you've got some big shoes to fill, and you're doing a wonderful job with it.
Yeah, we don't take that for granted.
All right.
What's your favorite promotion coming up this year? You can only come to one game. What's the game you're coming to?
So one of our new events we're going to be doing is WWE Night. Big wrestling fan.
No way.
that is going to be our first in June.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that.
Will the players be wrestling on the field?
Yeah.
Let's hope not.
I'm looking at Shane, who's our producer, who's not American, so he has no idea the joys of professional wrestling.
Very, very excited.
He's from a culturalist place. So that is
That'll
super
be fun.
awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
If people want more information on all these promotions, where can they find them?
Mudhens.com.
Awesome. All right, Troy, it's now time for
Gretchen's Wacky Quiz.
Right. I'm going to ask you 4 rapid fire questions. Gretchen's asking for your favorite thing in or about Toledo. You and Matt will describe Toledo in 9 words.
All right.
If you had to eat one ballpark food for the rest of your life, what is it?
Hot dog. Classic.
Classic.
If the game goes into extra innings, are you excited or are you already thinking about leaving?
I'm excited. More opportunities.
All right.
I only got mad when we go to extra innings and then lose.
Sure. Yeah.
I was like, we could have done that in regular time.
Right.
Right.
Be honest
about this show.
All right. So during the game, you're watching the game? Are you keeping score? Or are you just there for the atmosphere?
I'm keeping score.
Do you know how to keep score?
I do. I'm a big baseball guy, so definitely keeping score.
All right.
All right. If you could add one ridiculous promotion.
Yes.
To the game, right? Snap your fingers. Joe can't say no. He's going to say it's the best idea I've ever heard.
Oh, me and Neil want to see this. I think we want to do a bed sheet race where you got to put a bed sheet on and race around the bases.
Nice.
It's just injuries abound. We're going to talk about your insurance provider again?
Yeah. What is your number one most favorite thing, or what you consider to be the best thing about the city of Toledo?
Again, just the welcoming, the care that everybody has for each other. Nothing beats it. Everybody you interact with is just so kind and friendly, and can't find that elsewhere.
Awesome.
All right, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the people for your first answer. We got 8 left. 9 words to describe the best things about the city and our region. Let's roll through them.
Okay.
You said the people, you got that. I'm giving you the Mud Hens and the walleye.
Yep.
Those are your 2 cheaters. So let's fire away. What else you got?
The food.
Food.
Sure.
Perfect. You got it. I know you're a community
Yeah.
guy, so I love you.
Yeah.
I know
So
you
again, I love all of the accessibility to all the great things here.
Yes. What are you taking the kids to? What are the amenities that you like?
Besides Metro Parks?
Thank you for
No
saying
doubt
it.
the Metro
God
Parks.
bless.
All of them. The Art Museum.
Art Museum. Love
Imagination
Imagination
Station.
Yes. What are your kids' names?
I got 4. So
I know.
Yeah.
Fire away.
Riley.
Yep.
Blake.
Yep.
Laney. Jace.
Yep. That's 9. There you go. Good job.
You mentioned food. You're a foodie.
I'm a foodie.
I asked you a question about classic ballpark fare, but we've got some incredible food here at Fifth Third
Yes.
Field as well. What is the menu look like for people?
Yeah, so again, besides the ballpark staples, we got a lot of new food items that are going to be, joining us at the ballpark this year, and we're going to have some hot honey chicken tenders. I'm a big hot honey guy right now. I would say that's all the craze.
All right.
Yeah.
That was your nickname in prison, wasn't it?
It was hot honey chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we've got
honey
new
and
caramel empanadas. We've got
Wow.
we've got roots back in the ballpark here. So I'll have roots, buffalo chicken dipped fries. I think that's one of those that I'm excited
Buffalo
about.
chicken dip fries.
Yes. Yes.
You're still sponsored by the Heart Association in Northwest Ohio, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
All right.
and my favorite promotion in all of announcing,
What do you got, Kevin?
the Tops Ice Cream Strikeout play of the
Yes.
game.
Yeah.
It is. It's so much fun. It is violent, but it is playful. And
People
it's
get mad they don't get ice cream. When,
but there's days when we pick a player and it's just relentless. There's times when I was here, we'd pick a player for the whole homestand.
Sure.
And so it's like.
Gretchen has no idea what this is. And we
yes,
let
I
time
do,
to-
because you win ice cream if they do well.
Well
Nope.
said.
Nope, that's not true.
Yep.
I mean, I guess
they
if the pitcher
do
does well.
Poorly.
Yeah. All
Wait,
right.
I'm hearing something from
Goodness gracious.
Oh,
All
he
right.
doesn't know either.
Muddy said something in your ear.
He didn't know.
Troy,
Kill yourself.
thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us. Best of
Troy,
luck
you're the best.
today
Thank you.
and all season long. We appreciate it. For more information on all the promotions, mudhens.com. When we come back, we will wrap up this special opening day edition of the 419. We'll be right back.
You laughed with us. You learned with us.
Hi, neighbor.
We made sure your childhood was special. Memories that could only be provided by PBS. For generations, we've given you programs that made a difference. Programs that entertained, informed, and inspired. And today is no different. This is WGTE Public Media in Toledo. It's where you belong.
Introducing The Local Thread, a community news series uniting voices and storytellers from across the region. In partnership with La Prensa, the Toledo Free Press, the Sojourner's Truth, Toledo Public Schools, and Rethinking Jails and Justice. The Local Thread brings you stories and conversations that connect our community. Hear it weeknights at 7 on FM 91 with early access on podcast platforms each morning. The Local Thread, only on WGTE.
Welcome back into the 419. What an awesome way to celebrate Mud Hens Opening Day.
How we ever got
Gotta wrap this up
access
so
to
I can hit the field.
is beyond me. But it was so fun to talk to all the Mud Hens people.
If you could play any position for the Mud Hens today, what would it be?
I would want to be the starting pitcher of opening day. Or catch, one of the two. I was a catcher many moons ago with our beloved WGTE employee Marcus Harrison, who was a pitcher, and then vice versa. But man, like anything here, it's just even nice to be in the stadium. Candidly, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, the thought of running out of the tunnel and taking the pitcher's mound for the first pitch in the season. That's,
yes.
Gretchen, how about you? Make up the name of a position.
I'd probably be the coach.
Yep, the coach. Yep.
I mean, what am I going to be a player for?
Yeah, well, they don't have coaches either. So.
I'd be the manager.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yep, all right.
You know what? Through osmosis, 2 days at
right.
Fifth Third Field, and Gretchen is officially.
It's a manager and it's a game, and you hit a stick with a ball. I mean, a ball with a stick.
That about does it. It's like watching ESPN.
Goodness gracious.
Kevin, what would your position be?
I'm catcher.
Okay.
It's the best position in all of baseball.
I agree.
Please remind yourself after opening day today to join us on April 19th for 419 Day. We'll be at Juke Mode with our friends and partners at WGTE. Metro Parks will be there. Deet's Food Truck will be there. We're going to do a live recording of our podcast at 4:19 p.m. on that day. Event is totally free.
There's
Come out
going to
and join
be a
us.
rib eating competition between me and Shane. Who can eat the most ribs in 60 seconds? So you won't want to miss that.
The answer is 3. That might even be impressive.
Yeah, that would be.
All right, huge thanks.
Yes.
The last 2 days have just been incredible. This place is a special place to me, and it's great to be back here
So fun.
On opening day and be a part of it in our own special way here with our show on WGTE. Thanks to Erik, Craig, and Troy for joining us today. And of course, thanks to Joe and Matt and Quinlan for joining us yesterday. The Muddy Shuttle, of course, will get you here today, 90 minutes, depending on when you're catching this show, 90 minutes before first pitch every single game.
It's a big deal.
7 a.m. on YouTube, 3 p.m. on FM 91, 6 p.m. on WGTE Connects, channel 30.4. And of course, online, WGTE.org/the419, or download the new and improved WGTE app. It's the 419 from Fifth Third Field, powered by WGTE and presented by Witro Wealth Management.
Get downtown.
The 419, powered by WGTE, is made possible in part by supporters like you. Thank you.